This concert celebrates basically 400 years, so we go back to the other great Queen Elizabeth I. And here in this fantastic setting of the Tower of London, there's so much history here. And putting a programme together that celebrates these two wonderful monarchs has been a great pleasure for me.
Well, we're absolutely delighted that the 16 are going to come here. We know that they're a choir of the highest possible standards, and we're very excited about that and look forward to them coming.
When you look at the extraordinary commitment Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II has made to this country, so much of that reflects her devotion, her Christianity, her discipline, her exemplary role model, and her ethos. And so much of that is a reflection of the creative industry. So it seemed to me a no-brainer to have a commission and to have a concert that reflected the extraordinary legacy of England in terms of the Tower of London, St. John's Chapel, the Christianity.
Since the Chapel Royal's been around, there's always been the finest and most beautiful music sung within the Chapel Royal. In the Tudor period and just around that time, of course, we think of the music of Byrd and Tallis, Tomkins, the great Tudor composers. It's absolutely wonderful that the 16 want to come and sing here, and they're going to use music, embracing the whole, if you like, the whole period of, you could say, from Queen Elizabeth I to Queen Elizabeth II, and celebrate that also with a newly commissioned piece of music. And that, I think, will fit very beautifully within the context of, you know, the fine and wonderful music that's always been sung in all departments, if you like, or all churches of the Chapel Royal.
The programme is devised around the two great Queen Elizabeths. And for the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II, this wonderful compilation was made, a Garland for the Queen. We've chosen a number of pieces from that, but also from a publication some years later celebrating the Diamond Jubilee, and that was a choir book for the Queen. So we've got some wonderful music. And perhaps the highlight of this concert is a new commission by the Genesis Foundation of a work by Cecilia McDowall that takes the text from William Byrd's setting, "O Lord, make thy servant Elizabeth our Queen." And I'm really looking forward to that. Cecilia is one of the towers of choral music today, just in the same as William Byrd was back in the 16th century.
I can take no credit or anything for either the idea or for the text. But when Harry Christophers mentioned the text, what he would like to use, I thought it was really worth having a look. It's always difficult, I think, when an audience hears a piece for the first time, and sometimes it takes a few listenings to really sort of get to grips with it or understand it. But what I'm hoping I can communicate in this piece is something of quietness, but also of joy, and something of uplift at the same time. I'm really looking forward to hearing this new piece on the 11th of October in the context of all the other pieces and in the acoustic of St. Peter's at Vincula. I can't wait.
It's a wealth of fantastic music. I mean, not only old, but new. But the old sounds new as well. And that's what I always say to people. Come and listen to the 16, come and hear them, because we make music of the past live, and we give a platform for music of today. It's now just over 15 years since we started an amazing partnership with John Sadinsky and the Genesis Foundation. I've got ideas, but John has an abundance of ideas, and we try and just make them work. But one of the most amazing things of this collaboration is the way John wants to commission new composers, and very often young composers as well.
The mission of the Genesis Foundation, with a lot of the choral works that we commission, has always been to share talent, to nurture talent, But to the extent that we can do it in a sacred space, the whole experience takes the music and the composer to another level. And I think that's important. We take all these things for granted today in the context of social media. Everything is very fast and furious. But when you actually are in a quiet, contemplative place and you can listen to every note, you realize how powerful good sacred music is, because it does touch your spirit, and it does enhance and embellish your faith.